Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gold Fishing. I am super excited for today. We are back at Canyon Lake. Last time we came here, we were coming for largies, largemouth, and I pretty much paddled a couple miles around the edge of the lake, and it was so hot we just couldn't get onto a pattern and actually dial in the largies. So GOAL stands for get out and live. It's so important to do that, guys. We all have batteries that need to be recharged, and recharging those batteries helps us to show up the best way possible in other areas in life. So it is important to get out and live and recharge those batteries, refuel the engine with gas, otherwise you're gonna kill it. The yellow bass are a ton of fun to catch, and they are so good. And I finished the ones that are in my fridge now, so today we're filling up a cooler. So we're gonna go park our butts right out on the water. We're just gonna get out there, sit, and enjoy catching a bunch of little yellow bass. Let's get the boat in water and go have some fun. Nice yellow. First one of the day. Now we just need like 40 more. Here he is. Get up here. Get up here. Yeah. I really do want like 30 yellow. That's a decent one. Oh, we hooked him right in the gill. Oh, it's another bluegill.
I think we've caught just as many or more of them as we have the yellow.
Oh, ooh. What are you? Doesn't feel it now. It feels like a yellow. Didn't before. There it is. So I grab them in the mouth like that. That's a yellow. Little yellow. Oh, and he came unbuttoned. I'm glad we pulled him right up. Yeah, I think we're gonna drop anchor right here because I am seeing a bunch more fish around.
I'll show you guys what I'm using. Used it for yellows on other videos, but if you haven't watched those, I'm sure you'd like to know.
And this one's lost a lot of its color because it's been beat up.
It's the blackback.
Was blackback. Still has some on one side, but the other side's pretty beat up. Yeah, we're just jigging it off the bottom. This one's missing one of the hooks on the treble hook because it got hooked to my shoe and busted off. It catches these yellows like crazy. I love it. Very good, good lure to use.
Lots of vibration when you're jerking it off the bottom. It's a, you know, a lot of flutters, makes a lot of noise for those fish, draws them in, lots of flash, nice fall. I like to control it back down. I don't just let it drop with slack line. I like to control it down, keeps it from tangling up a bunch, gives it a better fall, better presentation, and you can feel the hit.
Really nice lift pulling it up off the bottom. But the fall is good too. It's usually when it gets picked up, it's on the fall.
Well, that sun's out from behind the clouds, so there we are.
There's a fish. And it's bluegill again. Again. Stupid little bluegill. There he is. There he is. Big, fat, freaking bluegill. I think I might take him home. He's big enough to eat. He's got some fillets on him, so we're gonna throw him in the cooler with the rest. That's a massive panfish. Another big old, that's what it is. Big old school of bluegills.
And look at the size of that guy. Not near as big, about half the size, but he's still decent enough.
What are you? Another bluegill. It's twirling.
That was a little better. I might keep him. Oh my gosh, it felt good to finally get another fish. It's pooping on me. Wash you up. Yeah. Oh, he did get his turd on me. Gross. Well, if I can get all that poop out before I gotta clean them, which I'm just gonna fillet them. You don't gotta gut these guys. The fillets come right off. I did change the pattern up a little bit too. Not being as aggressive, slowed it down. Just a really slow approach to, you know, jigging it, slowly lifting it up, and slowly working it back down. and it caught us some fish.
There's one. There's one, finally. Oh, feels better. Get him up in the boat. Ouch, he just stabbed me in the leg with his spines. That's the best one of the day right there.
A good one. It's pretty good, alright. It's a slower lift off the bottom, not a massive jerk like the aggressive fish. They're slower. Right now they're not feeding really heavy, not aggressive. Just a nice and slow. You feel them, then you lift up. That's how I got the last two.
That was a hit. There's a fish. There's a... Oh, gosh, dang it! Oh. Came off. Just been our luck today. Feels like a yellow, but looks like a bluegill. Massive bluegill. We're keeping him. He's plenty big to eat right there.
The size of that panfish. He's good enough to eat.
It's gotta be a yellow. Good one too. Ooh, yeah.
We're on to somewhat of a pattern and it feels good. I think we might be able to fill our cooler a little bit more than than I was thinking, but I don't think it's going to be completely full anymore. That was the goal anyway, 30, 40 fish, but we'll have to settle for 15 to 20 instead.
Yes, another decent yellow. Oh, we need flipped up. There he is. Oh yeah, another yellow. Sweet.
Another skinny fillet.
There we go. Bluegill. Not what we're looking for. That one feels like a yellow, yep. Sweet. Nice one. Alrighty, we got two in our net right there.
That one's big enough to be that one's daddy. Or mommy.
Stupid bluegill. That's what we're after. There he goes. Jumped right off right there. I gotta be honest, it wasn't as good of a day as I thought it was gonna be. I was hoping to fill up the cooler. The bite just wasn't as good as I was expecting, but we still managed to catch a bunch of fish. Didn't fill up the cooler. We got about halfway. I knew it would take about 30 or 40 fish to get it full, but it didn't happen. But anyway, it was fun. We still caught a bunch of fish, even though we didn't catch as many as we wanted to. We still got a bunch and had a really good time. But I got them all lined out for you here. We're going to show you. These are all yellows right here. And then it goes to little panfish. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bluegills we thought were worth keeping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17. The fishing part of this is over, but stay tuned for the clean and the cooking. Clean and cook part. It's a catch, clean, and cook episode, so we're going to get these guys back on the ice so they don't spoil. And we're going to go clean them up, and then we're going to go cook them up. I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet, but it's going to be good. Oh, slimy splash. We got our fish right there. We got our chair right there. We got our cutting board, fillet knife, and we actually got 2 bowls over here. Those are for the fish fillets. Got one for the yellow bass and one right down there for the bluegills that we caught. So I'm gonna keep those separate just for fun, and then I got me a trash bag right here. That's where all the extra parts go. So this is actually, these are actually pretty easy fish to fillet. I don't even have a very sharp fillet knife either. Here's our first culprit right here. Flatten them out. So this is how I like to do it. There's a lot of ways to do it. Different people do it different ways. But I like to go up behind this fin here and up by the gills and the head, and you go against the grain with the scales. It's just a lot easier than fighting the scales. And you cut up around it there, down to there, and then I turn it. I stick my knife down in there and find the spine, and then I work my knife right along the spine, and
Try and work that down there. Once I get down to this fin here, I like to stick it to this fin here. So you got to feel for the bones and stuff, but usually once you get down close to the butthole, down by those fins, all the bones, all the ribs are up in here. So you basically just get down there and then you cut up against the bones, out the tail, kind of up against all of the spine right there until you get to the ribs. Your ribs are right there. Once you get to the ribs, there's not a whole lot of meat around those, so don't try too hard to you don't need to try too hard to get it all off. Just cut around the ribs, angle your knife so that it's basically you're just getting the skin off at that point. But this is how I like to do it, rather than trying to cut through, because these guys have thick skin and thick scales. Rather than trying to cut through the skin, I'm just gonna basically lay this guy down like that, and I'm gonna take the meat off of it just there like that, without even cutting it off of the fish. Pulling it right off like that, off just like that, and there's your beautiful fillet off of one side. So yeah, most of this right here, that's all ribs and bones, and this is kind of fatty stuff down on their stomach anyway, so they're not really, it's not really the best part of the fish, so I don't worry about it. So yep, you'll notice it still has its skin on there. We just took the meat out of it. Then repeat on the other side. Go against the grain of the scales, flip it so you can get down to the spine. Push your knife. I know my hand's like in the way there, but I don't feel comfortable doing it with my left hand. Cutting along the spine till you get to that right there, and then you're gonna stick it over by the tail, over by the fin and the poo hole. Come on, a little high or a little low. We need to be up a little bit higher. There we go. And we're gonna nice and even up against the spine like that. Boom, up against the spine till you get to those ribs. You can hear them clacking around like that. Clack, 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 clack. Just getting that skin off the ribs there so we can peel it down and get the meat off of the skin. And da-dee-dee-da. Shazam! There's the other side. And that's what's left of our fishy. We put them in our baggie. And on to the next one. I don't really wash my hands until I get all done. There's going to be scales everywhere. There's going to be blood. Yellow bass, bluegill. Check out how much we got out of that one little trip. A lot of fun. Now we gotta get them cooked on the stove. I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do that. I chose something extremely simple, fun, and delicious. Anyone can cook this way. Super, but especially with these guys right here, their meat is so flaky and firm. It's just, you don't want to screw with it too much. You want to just get the fish. This is all we're going to use. A little bit of lemon pepper, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Cook it on both sides. Whoa! That could have been really bad. Everywhere. Very basic. Cook each side, and we're done. Let's get to it. Have some fun, and eat some fish. Ooh, too much, too much. Burn, sizzle. These fillets are super thin, so they cook really fast. That's why I only have a small pan. Because as soon as I get enough of them seasoned and on the pan, they're already browned and cooking. I want to cook them pretty quick. I like the brown flavor, but I don't like dried out fish. I like the moisture to still be in them. So I cook them quick in butter, so it's still firm and flaky when we're done. By the time you get them all seasoned, it's time to start flipping. Kept coming out too fast. Little bit of pepper. I'm gonna have a messy kitchen to clean up. Hey Mason, come say hi.
Hi.
What's Daddy cooking?
Dinner.
Try some food.
No.
It's a chicken. You want some?
No.
Well, you're not even gonna try it?
No.
You're lost, ma'am. Alright, so this is the yellow bass before we shook up the bag with the spices. This is it after. Shows you how much stuff was getting dumped out on there. And we also had the pan a little too hot. We got the temperature dialed in a little bit. Medium heat was better than the higher heat I was starting on. I just couldn't keep up with it fast enough. And then these are the bluegills. They were cooked pretty much the same way as these. So they turned out really good too. Nice, firm, flaky meat. Nice, firm, flaky. I mean, it just flakes apart. It's not a mushy fish. It's a firm and flaky fish. Even with too much spice, the meat flavor makes up for it, and it just makes it delicious. Are you a fish eater?
No.
No?
No.
Does that taste good?
It tastes good.
If you're a picky fish eater, this is a picky fish eater fish.
A lot of pepper on it.
Yeah, that's my fault. I'm dumb. But it still tastes good even though it's spicy.
I like it.
Picky fish eater fish approved.
It's not fishy.
Yeah, there is no
It's not
fishy
fishy.
aftertaste.
There's no fishy.
Yep. Has really nice texture, really nice flavor, especially with butter. Oh my goodness.
It's just meat.
Good stuff.
Delicious meat. Good.
That is exactly why you should give them a try sometime. They're delicious. These fish are delicious. If you get a chance to go fishing for them, you should keep them because they are incredibly good eat. They pay off for it right here, and they're fun fish to catch. They're a ton of fun. Very easy to get onto as well. Once you get onto a school, you can get into a bunch of them, have a really good time, have some fun. But thanks a ton for watching. Go hit that subscribe button. Do all the other stuff you know you're supposed to, like, comment. If you guys have any questions about where I'm catching them, how I'm catching them, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy. This is all about getting out and living. And if I can help you to do that, that's what I'm all about. So go and do those things. And as always, remember to get out and live. We'll catch you next time. Peace.